today's look, I am going to be recreating the Sephora's holiday look, which is a smoky brown on the outer corners with a little bit of gold pigment on the lids and a red lip. I'm just going to start off with my eyebrows. And I'm just going to be using my favorite brow pencil. Just going to do a really natural look. I don't think I'm going to arch it too much. But I guess it also depends on my mood. If I arch it too much, then I got to even out the other side. As usual, I'm just going to fill in my brows with a bit of brow powder. I ended up just doing my brows off camera just because sometimes I can get my eyebrows done fairly quickly and sometimes I just have like a makeup block and I just take forever. So I just didn't want to be like editing, just doing like the same repetitive routine, fixing my brows, so I decided to just skip that part out. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and just prime my eyelids because I am going to be working on the eyes first and I am going to be using loose pigment. So I want to really just make sure I don't get any fallouts on my foundation. And you guys do know that I like to work on my eyes first anyways. So I'm using this Sigma Precision Round brush to blend the primer. Maybe because I didn't have my coffee yet, so I need to wake up. Give me a second. Now that I got my eyelids primed, I'm just going to carve out my eyebrows just a slight bit right at the brow bone here just to sharpen up the look. I'm just going to use a concealer, just a small amount since this is so opaque. Oops, I'm going to use a little too much. So you guys are probably wondering why I'm doing a Sephora look. Do I work at Sephora? So there's a few things why I decided that I wanted to recreate this holiday look. One, it is a Sephora's holiday look and all the cast members are wearing this look. I think it's really pretty. I believe last year it was the same look as well. So no, I do not work for Sephora. I am actually the educator trainer for a company that is sold at Sephora, which is Givenchy. So you guys may have heard me mention this in some of my videos, or if you may have seen this on my website or just in the info description of the YouTube or my social media. And that's it. I just want to really carve out the brows there, just give it more of a shape because it was kind of like flat and kind of uneven for a second. And again, I blame it because I don't have any coffee. Sorry, this is my breakfast. Organic banana nut bread. Or I think it's just banana. There's no nut. I made that up. Sorry, it's just banana bread. So I'm going to use a bone color shadow just to set the concealer that I just applied on. And I'm going to use the color Bear. This is from the Lorac Pro matte palette. Small little guy. I'm just going to use this just to set the liquid product that I applied on. That way this is easier for me to blend all my shadows together. Although I did put eye primer, I just want a nice even wash. So when I'm blending my shadows in the next few steps, it's not going to be muddy or streaky. So with this same palette, I'm going to use the color Latte, and it's just a nice soft transition color. And I'm just going to apply this in the crease area. It's going to softly diffuse and create a little bit of a shadow. I'm just going to finish what I was talking about. So I am an educator trainer for the Northern California territory for Givenchy. So I do travel to most of the stores in the Bay Area and I train the cast members and I do sales support. So again, I'm just going to be recreating this holiday look because today is VIB And I should have thought this through the last events too. From last week, I should have recreated this look because by the time you guys watch this, this will probably be over. Last week was the VIB Rouge and they get early access. So this week is the VIBs and then the next tier would be the BIs. So by the time you see this video, it'll probably be towards the end of the VIB events for everyone. I'm going to warm up the outer crease using the same fluffy brush. I'm going to be using the color Cool Taupe, and this is also a Lorac product. This is the third palette. So I'm getting sidetracked here. The second reason why I wanted to recreate this look is because I am actually going out tonight. My husband and I are celebrating our 2nd year anniversary. We couldn't celebrate it earlier this week because we were both working, so we're like, okay, let's just go out this weekend. So I do want to look a little bit presentable for my date night. Yeah, we hardly go out. I mean, I don't know. Old age, I have no idea. The outer crease, I'm going to darken it up, so I'm going to use the color Jet Black. Oh, my mirror's dirty. I'm just going to really focus this on the outer V. See how that just darkened it up a bit? Just by adding a little black. Dude, my mirror's dirty. Oh, it got worse. So since this is so pigmented, I'm kind of alternating on each eye. So that way it's not so muddy or streaky. As it's starting to, so I'm going to take my fluffy brush and just blend it out. I'm also working on a Sephora haul because I went crazy during the Friends and Family and also the VIB Rouge event. So in some of the videos you may have seen me using some of my new products that I do want to go over and talk about. And it's also fun to see some of the new holiday collections that are coming out as well too. I'm totally a big fan of package, so I really love finding cute little packages, especially like Too Faced. They have really cute little booklets and stuff like that. It's just so adorable. It's so adorable that I buy it. Not just for myself, but when I do buy for myself, I end up not using it because it's so cute. Well, for the lids, I'm going to use a little bit of pigment, and this is Loose Pigment by MAC. So it is loose, obviously, so I'm going to have to use a glitter glue onto the lids so it can adhere onto my lids, preventing any fallout to my face. So wish me luck. But first, so I'm going to use this Too Faced glitter glue. I don't know if you can see, but my lid space is basically right here, where this little wrinkle is. However, my crease is about right here. So if I do a cut crease, I can either just do it along this crease without going over, obviously, or I could just do it here. However, that will make my lids look really small. So I'm just going to, I don't know if you can see this wrinkle here. I'm just going to apply it onto about right there and just see how it looks. If I want to add more, make it higher to give the illusion of a higher eye set, I would do so, but I'm just going to fill this in part first and see how this looks. So I'm just going to apply a little glitter glue. Ooh, what's in my lashes? Onto, what the heck is wrong with me? I got leftover lash glue on my lashes here. It's great. So I'm just going to work on one eye first before I move to the other. This is not like an eye primer where you can just set both eyes. It's a glitter glue. So once it dries, you may have a hard time applying it on, so it's probably best to work on one eye first. I'm just going to use a small, thin brush. This happens to be a concealer. It's nice and small and flat. I think this will do the job. Okay, fallout all over my face. So always tap out the excess. Just going to slowly pat the product onto the lids. You see how this accentuated my eyelid? Sometimes the shadows, I do bring it up a little bit more. However, I think I'm going to keep it just this length to actually make my eyes look a bit larger. We'll remove the glitter after. Because since I worked on one eye already, the brush has a little leftover glitter glue. And as you can see, there's no fallout on this side. You see my eyelids are different shapes. It actually goes up a little bit more, whereas this eye it's more droopy. So to even this out to look like it's the same, I have to add a little bit just in the center. Now it looks a bit more even. How do I get this glitter off my face? So now that I got my face situated and took all that glitter off, you usually can just use a fan brush and just kind of dust it off. Maybe because I already had applied moisturizer, I had a little tackiness to it that it just really stuck onto my face, so I had to take a makeup wipe and just kind of remove that. But in different angles I do see a little glitter on my face. Anyways, I'm just going to rehydrate this center since I did remove that product with my makeup wipe. So I just want to go back to my eyes a little bit and maybe just fill in this little part so there's no line of demarcation. I hope it's not going to mess up the glitter, but I'm just going to go back with that cool taupe color. Lightly put it into the crease. Oh, I see glitter. Oh, where's the sun going? I feel the glitter. I'm a hot mess today. I guess glitter does not hurt, right? I'm sorry for the light changing, guys. I don't know, the sun is like going in and out, so it's turning blue here, but I mean, I do have my lights too, but sorry for the sun change. Oh, it's getting dark. Okay, anyways, so now I'm just going to apply on mascara and my lashes. I'm just gonna speed up this process just because you've guys seen this a million times, so I'll be right back. Before I do the foundation, surprise, surprise, I'm going to be using a primer. You guys know that I don't use primers too often just because I am a little bit on the drier side, so I actually don't really need it. However, I need my makeup to last all day today. I need to look nice and smooth and perfected because not only am I working, I need to look good for my date. So this is the Givenchy. Of course it is. This is the primer, but what I like about this is that it helps control the oils, it smooths out the skin, and it is a gel base. So I just like to pat it into my skin, and in the areas I feel like I have a lot of texture, I just kind of smooth it out and just blot the rest in. With this type of primer, you don't have to wait for it to dry. You just go ahead and just apply it on your face product. I'm going to be using my favorite concealer at the moment, which is the Kat Von D Lock It Concealer. And this one here is a little bit on the cool tone. It's pretty close to my Nars concealers that I have, the creamy formulations. I have the color Custard, which is similar to this color, and then I do have the color Ginger, which is a little bit more in the pinky salmon color that helps with discoloration, especially the blues and purple hues that I want to neutralize. So same thing with this formulation. I have two colors. They're very pigmented. However, I feel that the Kat Von D one is a bit more hydrating. It does not crease up, which I really, really like. It's so pigmented too, like you don't need a lot of product. I obviously used a little too much. But it just brightens up the eyes, like it's so good. And I have a lot of broken capillaries here, so the redness is like completely gone. It just feels like skin finish. I have been obsessed with this brush again. I did a demo and review on this brush earlier this year, and I was like, I don't know, but I think I just wish I had the real brand. I mean, this is a real brand too. This is a MAC one, but I wish I had the other, I think it's Artist or something. I think it's Art Brand, but it's actually a larger one, so you can fill up the whole part of the face, whereas I'm just like, nee, 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 nee. But I do like this because it can fit right under the eye nice and perfectly. So if I could come across one of those brushes, I'm going to give that a try, but I've been liking this again. So I'm going to use the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, because I did cover a lot on my base, my concealing, that I don't want a lot of coverage. Just want a really nice even complexion. Just poked my eye out. It's so funny. So when I'm at Sephora and I have these international clients looking for this brush, and they don't know the brand name of it either. They're just like, oh, I need a makeup brush. And I would just show them like a typical foundation brush to a airbrush, buffing brush. I mean, there's so many foundation brushes. And they'll just be like, no, I'm looking for the big one. I'm like, big one? So I'll show them like a big fluffy brush or something. And then they're like, no, the one you brush your teeth with. I'm like, oh, that brush. We don't carry that here. We have to find that online. And I don't even know what it's called. I think it's like artist. I don't know. If you guys know, please comment below so I can find this brush. But yeah, I think that's good. Nice and even. So I'm just going to do some baking. I really want to pack that sucker on, because I want to really get a brightening look. And on the rest of the face, I'm just going to use my Cover FX powder just to set everything else. So while my face is baking, I'm just going to do a little contouring. Again, using another Lorac Pro palette. And no, this is not sponsored. I just love Lorac's powder. Oh. Their products are amazing. They're creamy, super soft, pigmented. And I do like how their palettes are really small and thin. That's just what I like about it. I'm gonna dust off that powder. So I'm gonna add a little Prosecco pop onto my eyes here. So as I'm applying it on here, whatever's left over my brush, I'm gonna put on my temple. I need to contour my nose a little bit. Still have a little glitter on my face. Ooh, I need to wax this. Now the moment we have been waiting for, red lips. So now I'm just going to blot this balm that I have, just so that it's not so slippery. I just wanted to hydrate it before I actually apply a liquid lip stain, which is super drying, so I need to hydrate my lips. But I don't like the sheen because when I use a pencil, it's just gonna slide around everywhere. So let's blot this sucker. I'm gonna use this berry color. This is also by Givenchy. I didn't want it to be super red. I just want it more of like a dark brick red. I am going to fill it in just so it can act as a primer. Red is just one of those colors that you have to have a steady hand and patience because it just gets all over the place. So I'm going to use this liquid lip stain by Stila, and the color is Fiery. I hope this is not like an orange red. It looks kind of blue to me in the applicator, so we'll see. So I'm basically just using whatever's left over on my brush that I used for the concealer to carve out my brows, just to kind of go over the lips. I feel like it's uneven here. So I'm not gonna mess with the lips no more because I feel like the more I mess with it, the bigger my lips are getting, and which is totally not the case, and it doesn't match my face. Ooh, I just ran. So this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this Sephora holiday look. Nice brown smoky eyes, glitter pigment on the lids, pairing this with a red bold lip. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please thumbs up this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye!
I was